Hello, Lobos! First of all, I really want to congratulate you all on a successful year and handling a lot of confusing and challenging events this year with the COVID-19. I know it has been added a lot of stress as far as academically and within athletics and, being able to work out and different things. So I want to commend you all on how well you've handled all that. Um, I know some of you may be curious, who is this person and why am I talking to y'all? So I thought some pictures might help. My name is Stacy Stevens, and this is me in junior high. I played at Winsboro Junior High in Winsboro, Texas, and this is me somewhere about your age, a long time ago. Go ahead, you have a good laugh. But during my 7th and 8th grade year, I think you should know, I never lost a game. So while I know I was a little goofy looking, I was a pretty good ball player. Okay? In Summer League, my team won an AU national championship, which is way back when there was only one national championship, not a Nike tournament or an Adidas tournament or an Under Armour tournament. There was one. And all the best teams all over the country played in regional tournaments to get to go to the national tournament. And my team won the AU national championship. On my AU team, just as a note, every player but two got NCAA Division I scholarships. So we were pretty good as well. In high school, my team won 2 state championships, and we went to the state championship game 3 out of 4 years. Sadly, I did lose 11 games throughout high school. I finished my high school career with about 2,000 points and about 2,000 rebounds and about 500 blocked shots. And all this did get me to the point where I got a scholarship to the University of Texas, Hook 'em Horns. At Texas, I played with a really great team, and we won 2 Big 12 championships, 1 Big 12 tournament championship, and in 2003 we went to the NCAA Final Four. Personally, I earned about 1,800 points, and I think I'm tied with number 8 all-time at the University of Texas for points. 1,500 rebounds. I'm number 2 all-time in rebounds. And I was the 3rd person in UT history to get over 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in their career. Now in summers while I was in college, I played with 2 USA basketball teams. I won a gold medal playing in Brazil, and the head coach was Marcia Sharp. And I won a bronze medal playing in the Czech Republic, and the head coach was Gino Ariema. I don't know if some of you guys know him or not. But I got a chance to play with them, and in case you didn't know, or if you haven't heard of, there's a really good women's basketball player named Diana Taurasi. We were on one of those teams together, and so that kind of dates me and tells you how old I am. I'm the same age as Diana Taurasi. In 2004, I was drafted in the WNBA. I was drafted by the Houston Comets, and I had time on rosters at Detroit and New York as well. I also played professionally overseas in Turkey, Sweden, and Portugal. And recently, in 2017, I was inducted to the University of Texas Athletics Hall of Honor. That was a huge award and accomplishment to be put up with so many great players there. This year, I was set to be inducted to the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame, but due to the COVID stuff, it got pushed back to next year. So that's me. I hope it helps you all know who I am a little bit. But if you need a little bit more convincing, I am now the head women's basketball coach at Our Lady of the Lake University. I know all of that sounds amazing, right? And it sounds like it's one of those great experiences, and it was. It really was. But what I want to talk to you guys about is kind of what happened behind the scenes to make those things happen. And I think it's really important I share this with y'all. And it's basically the 5 things that I've learned in my life that are really important to meet goals. And that's number 1, you got to have a very clear goal. You can't have a goal that's like, maybe I want to or maybe I don't. You have to know. Deep in your heart, you know what you want to do. When I was little, about in 7th or 8th grade, I had a little index card on my bathroom mirror, and it said, first ever female NBA player. Now, I didn't know at the time that there already was one of those. Nancy Lieberman. If you don't know who she is, you should look her up. She was really, really good. But there wasn't Google back then, so I didn't know that. But that was my goal. When I was in seventh and eighth grade, there was no WNBA. All you saw on TV was NBA, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be on TV playing in the NBA, and that was my goal. And I knew to do that, I had to work very, very hard in all aspects of my life to get there. Which leads me to step 2. You got to know what steps you have to take to get to that goal. So for me, to want to play professionally or in college, I knew that I had to do really well in high school. But it meant I had to do well in high school, in athletically, and academically. I had to have good grades to get into a good college. I had to stand out on the playing court to get into a good college. I also knew that once I got to college, I had to maintain good grades so that I could continue playing in college. I had to maintain a dominance when it came to on the court. So these were very important to me, to know these steps. Now, truthfully, those are just 2 of the real big steps. There were a lot of other smaller steps in between there, like learning to work on my shot better, or finding ways to be valuable on the court. Those were steps in there as well, but these were the main ones. Getting through high school and college with a high GPA, which basically means whether you get A's or B's or just A's, or A's, B's, and C's. And you don't ever really want to go any lower than A's, B's, and C's. You want to stay up with A's and B's as much as you can. But the third thing that I had really going for me, and this helped me establish the stuff in step 2 and helped me really clarify my goal, is I had really honest people in my corner. I think my favorite story to demonstrate this is when I was about in 7th grade, I was in the church choir. Now, I'll tell you all, I love to sing. I love it, but I'm not very good at it. And so I was in this church choir, and it's a small town, so nobody's really that good anyway. But this one day in church, they happened to set the microphone a little too close to me. And I was singing my heart out, but it was apparently all sorts of off-key and all over the place and wrong. And I remember after church, my dad talking to me, and he says, "Stacy, you're really talented at a lot of things, but singing ain't it." So what I'm trying to point out with that is, while you may be talented in one area of your life, it may not be your best talent. Your real talent may be in other areas outside of athletics. And that's okay, because if everyone played sports all the time, then this would be a really boring world. There wouldn't be doctors or nurses or firefighters or all that other really cool stuff as well. So just remember, like, everyone has talents in their own way, but you got to find those people around you who are honest and can help you find your real talent. Those people are also really good when you find your talent, because they're going to give you honest feedback and tell you things like, "Hey, you had a really good game, but those 3 turnovers in the third quarter were really bad and we need to work on your ball handling," or whatever it is. That's hugely important. You've got to be able to find those people, and whether it's mom or dad or aunt or uncle or your AU coach or your high school coach or whoever it is, you have to find those people who will be honest with you about your dreams and about your goals and how to get there. The fourth thing I want to tell you about is basically, I failed. I failed on the court. I screwed up sometimes off the court. I messed up. I am not perfect. But I always got back up. And the other thing is this: when you have a failure, you cannot let it stick to you. You got to let it roll off your back. You got to let it disappear. It's just like if you're in a game and you miss a shot, you can't be scared to take the next shot, because that's your shot again. You got to understand that life, basketball, sports, all of it, you're not going to be perfect. And if you expect to be perfect all the time, it's not going to work out for you. But if you can learn to just let it roll off your back, there's a real country saying we'd always say, You got to let that kind of stuff roll off your back just like water off the back of a duck. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. See what a duck looks like when it gets rained on or splashed. The water just rolls right off. That's the kind of mentality you got to have. Not the fact that, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, and nothing you say is going to matter. It's the fact that I'm going to learn from that, and I'm not going to fail the same way twice. I'm going to listen to what you're saying, but I'm not going to let it affect my dreams and my goals. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope it does. The fifth thing that I think everybody should know is I was blessed. I'm very grateful for the blessings I have had. I know that the chances of someone from Winsboro, Texas, playing at the University of Texas, playing WNBA, playing professionally overseas, are very small. I know that I am blessed to have a family that supported me. I have coaches that have helped me grow and get better, and I am extremely grateful for them. And I will say this, I do think that when you're grateful, your blessings come stronger and they come bigger. So when you notice something, when you notice a coach trying to help you, when you know they're talking to you about something you need to do, a teacher telling you something you need to do in the classroom, you need to be grateful that they are taking that time to help you. I can tell you right now that Coach Lopez contacted me and went out of her way to get me to talk to you guys. If that is the type of person that's at your school, I know she and the other coaches at your school care about you all too. Y'all should be blessed, and you should be grateful that you have people who care about you like that. And again, I'm not trying to say everything's perfect. It's not. There are moments when you fail to remember to be grateful. But the more you can remember to be grateful, the more the blessings will come. Now, I'm not really the best at talking. This is not my forte in life. If you want to come to a basketball workout, I got lots of comments and I can talk to you all day. But I want to leave this little online ceremony tonight, and I want to make sure that you catch the 5 most important things. And I want you to get one thing out of this whole conversation we just had. I want you to remember to have a clear goal. I want you to learn and know the steps of what it takes for you to be successful at your goal. I want you to find and keep honest people in your corner. Those people should be your people all the time. I want you to not be scared to fail. Failure happens. Get back up, brush it off, do it again. And I want you to be grateful for your blessings. I thank you all for this time, for your attention, and I hope that you gain one item or one nugget of information from this conversation that helps you begin building towards your goals. I hope you have a fun, safe, and healthy summer, and go Lobos. Bye, guys.